What happens if rather than seeing disability as an issue that architecture is expected to solve, I ask some basic questions about how diverse human bodies can actually occupy built spaces, what we neurotypists know about what children with autism see and how they process their information, how they do interpret their world, what role does architecture play in the same. My name is Rishabh Jain and I am here to answer all your questions regarding autism. I am going to explain my thesis project on the School of Autism. Now, the very first question will arise in your mind will be, what is autism? Autism is a spectrum disorder that means no two children suffering from this disorder will possess same type of behavioral, social or physical issues. Therefore, it becomes difficult and challenging to design for such a varied and complex disorder. Here's a quick view or aerial view of this design. Now, let's begin the project with the site location and context. The site is located in Noida, Sector 142, which is an institution area. Nearby public transport with like Aqua Line Metro Station, which is Sector 142, and bus stops and barren land surroundings make the site more suitable for the autistic children. The area of the site is 32,000 square meters, which is approximately 6 acres in area. Some bylaws which is to be followed throughout the design is FAR 1.5, setbacks 20 meters from front and 9 meters from the other sides. The site is having a moderate climate like Delhi, which can be noticed through these graphs. Hence, the locally available materials like bricks can be used in the design. As the site has some strengths and a weakness too, the strength of the site is easily accessibility and nearby metro station. Also, the barren lands for the lesser disturbance can fall in the strength as well. The site is little far from the residential area and can make it weak too. As a solution, residential area or residential plots can be created in the site as well. Let's have a look on the site and its surroundings. Here is a road section of the site in which we have the site on the extreme left and a barren lands on the extreme right. As an inference, any kind of plantation can be grown anywhere due to the barren land available. Other inferences are here for the reference. Let's move to the area analysis. You can have a look on this area chart. The final FAR which is achieved is 0.85 and rest is left for the future expansion. To analyze the area more easily, here is a pie chart, as in this you can have a look that circulation area is approximately 50% of the total and the rest is given for the administration, residential and school. Here is a blown up chart for the school and admin block to further analyze the area. Let's quickly go through the design derivatives derived from the case studies. Orientation of the school is kept along northwest-southeast axis. 10 to 11 square meters area have been allotted per child. High sill level of the windows can be used to get appropriate lighting in the building. Openable windows helps to ventilate the school rather than the fixed one. Autistic children must be categorized into two parts, hypo and hypersensitive. Both respond to the situation differently, so the light vibrant colors used for the hypersensitive and dull colors for hypersensitive children. To get the visual comfort, variation in heights has been done. Transition space like ramp, corridors, sensory gardens have been created. Transitional areas between higher and lower stimulation areas have been created under spatial sequencing. Here are the ramp and door standards used. These design standards have to be followed because autistic children pursue their world differently. Let's start the concept with key plan. The first and the most important feature which is created is a sensory garden for the autistic children, which have been created on the basis of response to the 5 senses that are touch, sight, sound, smell and taste, having different elements in each of its parts, like water feature is given in response to the sound effect. Colored pillars have been created in response to the touch effect. Similarly, other landscape elements have been used in different parts of this garden. Such 2 gardens have been created, one at the entrance and other is behind the school for hypo and hypersensitive children respectively. Another recreation element is added at some places like pond, entrance garden and transition area etc. Recreation pathways with curved path leading to auditorium has been created with a great aesthetics and landscape. Another feature added to the design is the ramp-like corridor in middle of the building to create a sense of openness and feel free. Autistic children love to roam more as of anxiety. This has to be created in an aesthetical way. Free escapes has been created in the school almost at every side of the school so that if a children feel anxious anytime, they could escape easily to have a fresh air and then go back to the class easily. This special classroom layout has been designed for the autistic children. Now, this is how an autistic school is different from a typical school. Movement in an autistic school should be in a zigzag manner instead of a linear way. An area should have more than one views of that place. Landscape should be created at a different places rather than having at one place. Special sequences should be created as per the design derivatives. Curved edges rather than the corner ones should be incorporated. Hideout spaces should be incorporated in the design. And these are the design elements which I have incorporated in the design. Let's move to the technology part of the design. Here, the first technology which is incorporated in the design is solar panels. As solar panels work efficiently and can help in the emergency situations, this works as a main technology component. The solar panels are located on the roof facing towards the south in order to produce the maximum daylight needed. There are 500 solar panels connected with the power room on the roof itself to minimize the loss and produce higher efficiency. These are the different colors and textures used for both hypo and hypersensitive children. Similarly, materials of the school consisting of color accordingly. As hypersensitive children are more sensitive towards noise, therefore double wall has been created in the classrooms for the better acoustics. Building materials kept is exposed brickwork to give a look of a perfect school. Also, the color of a brick is slightly lighter than the reddish as autistic children avoid red color. These are some conceptual sketches made during design process. Here's a look of the 3D model of the school showing the material and components of the building. Let's talk about my pre-design or how I reached at this stage of my design. First, all the components has been created which are required in the building. Then I arranged it in the best possible way required. Residential plots are kept aside to avoid the disturbance. Then, the height adjustments have been made to fulfill the design derivatives. The best possible orientation has been made to maximum the usage of the land and climatic as well. Residential plots are restricted in a smaller portions. Here's a look of the final outcome of ground floor plan. Now, raising the model with the height adjustments with restricted area to the residential plots. Now, let's move to the site plan with the roof. This site plan shows the roof variation according to the height of the building. Administrative block have the lesser height followed by the auditorium and intervention center, then the school rises to the higher level of G+3. The dropout of the school is slightly moved away from the entrance to give a secure look to the school. Easy drop-off is created leading the path to the parking area and could leave the site from the right, or one who wants to enter the auditorium can easily access the residential service lane for the same. The school services can be done from the service lane created on the left side of the building. Let's have a look on the landscape areas. The transition areas has been created in the middle of the school to make the children more comfortable. The sensory garden in front and back for hyper and hypersensitive children respectively. The curved aesthetical pathway leading to the auditorium is created for the recreational purposes. Let's move on the ground floor plan with respect to the context and how the linkages has been made between the floor plan and the site. Playground is linked by the plan by the corridor having balcony and architecture pillars which gives the feeling of a both outdoor and indoor play. Large corridor spaces have been created in order to escape easily from the school. Some of the escape linkages are escape to the garden. The entry and exit escape is created on the left of the administrative block. and this is the escape to the behind garden. Now let's have a look on of the side sections marked in the red and move to the side sections. The side section at XX dash, the side section at YY dash. Now let's have a look on the ground floor plan. The entry could be made in the building through the reception area or the escape areas created on the left of the administrative block. The plan is followed by the junior classrooms on the left and the corridor connected to the play area in the right. The other components of the plan are as follows. As a part of hydrotherapy, a swimming pool is incorporated in the above part of the plan. The two courts have been created with the ramps and stairs on the opposite ends to get an easy access from all the sides. An intervention center is created with the linkage of school of height G+2. Let's move to the first floor plan of the school. The administration block rises up to level 4600, hence having an inaccessible roof on the first floor. The plan is followed by the junior wing classrooms on the left and the senior wing classrooms on the right. The research hall have been provided in the above part of the plan. The other components of the school are as follows. Now, moving to the second floor plan, here is the plan of the school, which is followed by the lecture theatres in the above part of the plan and the junior wing classrooms on the left and the senior wing classrooms on the right. And the other components of the school are as follows. Let's move to the last, third floor plan of the school, which is almost similar in the second floor plan, except the lecture halls have converted into operation theatres in the plan. Observation areas and classrooms still remain the same in first, second and third floor plan. The other components of the school are as follows. Also provided with the multi-purpose hall layout on the left, which is located on the ground floor having the height of 4500 mm. Let's have a closer look on the unit plans of the school. The first one is the library, followed by the senior and junior wing classrooms and the hypersensitive classrooms and normal classrooms layout. Let's move forward to the exploded view of the school, showing all the floors followed by the roofs. This is how my school design looks like, and here's an aerial view of the site. Now let's see the elevations of the building. This is the left side elevation, this is the front side elevation, this is the right side elevation and rear side elevation. Let's have a quick look on the sections of the school. This is the section at XX dash and this is the section at YY dash. To get the better idea of the project, let's move the slide to the views. Here are some external views of the school from the outdoor. Here are the indoor views of the corridor. Now, let's move forward to the landscape views with their elements. The landscape garden is divided into 5 census parts having the views as follows, and the elements which can be grown as the landscape part are: inside elements we can have hibiscus, duranta, ficus panda. In filling, elements we can grow are grass path, colored pillars and pebbled path. In the taste, we can plant orange tree, banana trees or amla tree. In sound, we can grow wind kinds, tall grasses or can add a water bodies. In smell we can grow is mongra, gardenias and the thornless rose. Let's wind up the presentation with a small walkthrough of the project to get a clearer and better idea about the design.